Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, I want to talk to you about a book that genuinely blew my mind and frankly, changed how I look at something most of us carry around every single day, our phones. The book is called How to Break Up with Your Phone by Catherine Price. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Break up with my phone. Is it really that serious? And for a long time, I felt the same way. We all love our smartphones, right? Their cameras, GDs, our personal assistants. They help us stay connected, and they know the answer to practically anything we can think to ask. They're amazing tools, no doubt, but here's the kicker: the book argues that something about them also makes us act like tools. How many times have you reached for your phone without even thinking, or felt a little surge of anxiety when you realized you left it at home? That uneasy feeling, that vague stress, that sense of being connected but lonely, or busy but ineffective, even though you love your phone, yet you kind of hate how it makes you feel. If any of that resonates, then this book is for you, and it was definitely for me. The core idea here is simple but profound. Your life is what you pay attention to. And if you're like most Americans, you're paying attention to your phone a lot, like 4 hours a day on average, picking it up 47 times daily, almost 80 check it within half an hour of waking up. That's 56 full days a year just on your phone. So what does this book do? Well, it's not about ditching your smartphone for rotary dial. Don't worry, it's about giving yourself the space to truly think about your relationship with this device, to see what's working and what's not, and to regain control over your attention and your life. So, why are our phones so hard to put down? The author dedicates the first part of the book, The Wake Up, to explain just how these devices are designed to addict us. And when I say addict, I'm talking about a behavioral addiction, like gambling, where you compulsively seek something out despite negative consequences. It's not about drugs, but the same brain chemicals are involved. Think about it: your phone from the 70s didn't have thousands of engineers constantly redesigning it to be more persuasive, but today's smartphones and apps are explicitly engineered to maximize your user engagement, which basically means keeping your eyes glued to the screen. Because that's how they make money. A huge part of this brain hacking involves a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine makes us feel excited and teaches us to associate certain behaviors with rewards. Once your brain learns that checking your phone usually brings a reward, it will start releasing dopamine in anticipation, causing cravings. This is why even seeing someone else check their phone can make you want to check yours. What's wild is that these rewards don't even have to be positive. Simply avoiding boredom or anxiety can trigger it. And unlike food, phones don't have stopping cues, so we just keep scrolling, constantly seeking more dopamine. The author even shares an amazing anecdote about a company called Dopamine Labs, which helps app developers deliberately hold back likes or notifications to deliver them in a burst at the most effective moment to keep you hooked. It's like we're all guinea pigs in a giant experiment. The book then dives into the tricks of the trade that tech companies use to manipulate us. First, we're novelty junkies. Our phones offer a constant stream of new emails, social media posts, and news feeds, providing continuous dopamine hits. This excitement isn't happiness, but our brains struggle to tell the difference. Second, we're toddlers. We love cause and effect, and our phones are packed with subtle positive reinforcements: a web page appearing, a text message which gives us a pleasant feeling of control that makes us want to keep interacting. Third, and this one is a big one, we find inconsistency irresistible. It's not consistency that hooks us, but unpredictability, the intermittent reinforcements. Like slot machines. The author highlights Tristan Harris, a former Google product manager, who says pulling out your phone, swiping through Instagram, or using dating apps is essentially like playing a slot machine to see what comes next. This unpredictability makes us check our phones even more, even if we only get a reward one time out of 50. Fourth, we hate feeling anxious. Our phones deliberately incite anxiety, particularly FOMO, the fear of missing out. Notifications, for example, spray FOMO at us like a sneeze, making us constantly check our phones to avoid missing something. But this ironically increases anxiety, creating a vicious cycle. Fifth, we want to be loved. Social media taps into our intrinsic desire for affirmation. Likes and judgments make us compulsively monitor our score, leading to lower self-esteem and even depression, especially in teenagers. Sixth, We're lazy. Autoplay features on platforms like YouTube and Netflix make it harder to stop consuming content. 7th, we like being precious snowflakes. Personalization features make our phones feel like reflections of ourselves, which makes us want to spend more time on them. But the author points out we have control over features that make us more likely to use our phones, and very little control over features that will help us take a break. 8. We self-medicate. Our phones offer an easy escape from negative feelings. The book suggests that teenagers might even be replacing drug and alcohol use with smartphone addiction. One school psychologist observed his daughter sleeping with her phone, but not controlled by smoking pot. And finally, we fear our own minds. Our phones ensure we never have to be alone with ourselves. The book cites a fascinating study where participants preferred to give themselves electric shocks rather than sit alone with their thoughts for 15 minutes. It's a striking illustration of how much we avoid our own minds. So, if all this sounds a bit alarming, you're not alone. The good news, and this is where the second half of the book, The Breakup, comes in, is that we can undo many of these negative effects. The book offers a 30-day plan to help you establish a new, healthier relationship with your phone. It's all rooted in mindfulness. Remember that feeling of mindlessly picking up your phone? Mindfulness is about seeing the world, including ourselves, more clearly. It teaches us to notice our cravings and reactions without judgment, to red out the urge instead of immediately giving in. The plan is very practical and starts with the technology triage first. You download a tracking app to see how much time you actually spend on your phone versus what you think you spend. Many people, like one participant named Dustin, found the disparity huge and horrifying. Next, you assess your current relationship, asking what you love and don't love about your phone, and what changes you notice in yourself. Then you start paying attention to when and how you use your phone, and how you feel before, during, and after. One participant, Jenny, noticed she felt a little anxious before I pick it up, and then relaxed once I've logged in. The book encourages you to create speed bumps to slow down your automatic reactions. The key one is the what exercise buffer. Why now? What else? It makes you pause and make a conscious decision instead of just reacting. One of the most impactful steps is to delete social media apps from your phone. You can still access them via browser, but the friction makes you think twice. Many participants, like Shaban, found this made a huge difference. This helps combat FOMO too, by shifting your focus to what you're definitely missing in real life. Then, it's about coming back to real life. You brainstorm activities that bring you joy offline, things you loved as a kid or always wanted to do. The idea is to have positive alternatives planned so you're not just left feeling bored without your phone. And finally, for the first week, you get physical. Engaging your body is not just good for you, it also helps strengthen your cognitive control. The plan continues into changing your habits. This includes turning off notifications, those constant dings and vibrations that trigger Pavlovian responses in our brains. The author argues they're evil and must be destroyed. It's about taking back control from something designed to pull your attention away for someone else's benefit. You also tidy up your apps, categorizing them into tools on your home screen, junk food apps hidden in folders on a second screen, slot machine apps deleted, clutter delete or hide, and utility apps hide. This makes your phone less tempting and more of a deliberate tool. Another crucial step is to change where you charge your phone, ideally not in your bedroom, and definitely not next to your bed. This prevents that automatic first thing in the morning and last thing at night check. Dustin, a participant, found this improved my sleep significantly. The book also suggests setting no phone zones like the dinner table or bedroom, and even a phone wake-up time in the morning, and it pushes you to stop phone snubbing, which means putting your phone away when you're with people. The third week is about reclaiming your brain. This is where the deeper mindfulness practices come in. You learn to stop, breathe, and be a simple exercise to pause and tune into your experience before reacting. You practice pausing and stillness, deliberately taking moments to do nothing, like sitting on a subway without your phone. This gives your mind space for creativity. You exercise your attention span through activities like reading printed books, which literally rewires your brain for deep thought and focus, and you meditate, even for just 5 minutes, to strengthen your ability to ignore distractions and regain cognitive control. The final week is about your new relationship. It culminates in a 24-hour trial separation from all internet-enabled devices. This might sound daunting, but many found it incredibly eye-opening. After this, you practice fasting short phone fasts regularly to keep your brain rejuvenated. You learn to manage your invitations, those urges your brain sends you, consciously choosing how to respond instead of just reacting. You also clean up the rest of your digital life, like unsubscribing from unwanted emails, setting up app blockers for problematic apps, and generally streamlining your online presence. The book provides digital step-up life hacks like using an old house phone with limited apps or getting a landline to truly disconnect. Finally, it helps you define your 7 phone habits of highly effective people to keep your new relationship on track. What's the biggest takeaway from all this? As Catherine Price beautifully puts it, we have less time in life than we realize, but we also have more time than we think. Reclaiming those hours spent mindlessly scrolling can expand your possibilities. It can give you time for that class, that book, that dinner with friends, that trip you've always wanted to take. By asking yourself again and again, what do you want to pay attention to? You regain ownership of your life. This book isn't about shaming you for using your phone. It's about empowering you to use it consciously, to enjoy the good parts and protect yourself from the bad. It helps you realize that your phone can be a powerful tool, not your boss. If you've ever felt that subtle pull, that loss of focus, or the anxiety that comes with always being tethered, then this book is a must-read. It offers a clear, actionable plan to break free and reconnect with the real, vibrant world around you. I highly recommend checking it out. Let me know if you pick it up and what you think. Thanks for watching.